And welcome back to Technology Behind Business. Well, just weeks after Facebook bought out Instagram for over $1 billion, an Australian social networking company is also hoping to hit the big time, launching a bid for $10 million in capital funding. Established in Brisbane just 18 months ago, Conduit is a site that combines social media with video streaming. And joining me now from our Sydney studio is the founder of Conduit, who's just 21 years old, Mark Cracknell. Mark, thanks for coming on the program today. Why don't you give us an overview of what Conduit does?
Hi, Conduit is social live video. It's a social network completely based around live video. Users can broadcast themselves to the whole world, or they can choose just select friends. They can video call each other, they can instant message each other, leave posts, communicate, host events. Essentially, Conduit is the world's first social live video platform.
Now, Mark, a lot of companies have heard about social media, or there's been a lot of talk about social media. How is this different to what Facebook is doing or what Google Plus is doing?
Well, Facebook and Google Plus are simply social networks. With Conduit, because we have this entire focus around video, it enables users to communicate in a much more intimate fashion. It makes it so much more real. If you can sit there and you can see your friends live broadcasting, right now, you can feel like you're in the moment with them, rather than you just see their status update an hour down the track, say, oh, okay, they were over there. Instead of that, you see that whole element of this is happening right now for them.
But Facebook also does have a video chat option which is integrated with Skype, so you can talk to your friends via Facebook if you want. Is there something particularly unique about Conduit?
Yeah, definitely. So Facebook integrated their video calling system. However, with Conduit, we not only have a video call system, we have a broadcast system. So instead of just connecting one-to-one with, say, your parents, you can broadcast, say, a seminar. You can be broadcasting to thousands or millions of people, all who can be watching you right now live. So there's that whole scale. Instead of one-to-one, 1 to a million.
And what was the genesis for the idea to set up this site? What made you guys decide to start Conduit?
Well, we saw there was really a space in that whole internet area. So there were people who did live video, people doing social networks, even uploaded video sites like YouTube. But there was no one site which combined everything into that one really easy to use platform. And so we thought, why not?
Mark, do you think there's a generation gap emerging, dare I say it, between some of these slightly older people who maybe tend to use things like email a lot more and perhaps your generation who are a lot more focused on video?
Well, there's always going to be certain generational gaps. So obviously you've got older people again who don't use email at all either. So it just, as we see new technologies coming on board, there'll be the early adopters and people who'll come on later to the train.
Now, you have also put in a bid for $10 million of funding. Why don't you tell us a bit about that bid and what you hope to do with the cash?
Yeah, so we initially raised just under $1 million through the ASOB platform, and we decided to expand that to our current prospectus of $10 million. We had simply so much interest from the Australian public. Due to regulations, we couldn't have more than 20 normal investors, so we went to the prospectus. We've lowered our minimum investment to $2,000. And since it's been going absolutely great. The primary goal with this raise is to be able to market Conduit around the world to really expand our user base and strengthen our core team and product.
Now let's talk about users, because I understand you haven't actually released any kind of figures as to the number of users you have. You say you're in 135 different countries, but what's the growth rate been like in terms of take-up?
Well, I've actually got some great news for you today. We're just announcing 2 days ago we reached our 157th country, and in this last week alone we've seen 21% growth in registered users.
But no raw figures there for us, Mark, today on the actual number of users.
Not just yet.
Now, I noticed reading the prospectus as well, there were it was a little bit light on revenue details as well, and there was a comment in there saying that some social media sites, when they first start up, tend to run at a loss for the first couple of years before making a profit. What is your business model? How do you hope to make money from this?
Yeah, so we wanted to take a lesson from other social media startups and really start off Conduit and hit the ground running with a great revenue stream in place. So we decided to build Conduit as part of it, a paid broadcasting and event system. This system isn't available anywhere else in the world, and it's enabled us to basically deliver a system where, say you're having an event, you can live broadcast that, and if you've got friends or fans, followers, who would pay to see that event live but maybe can't make it to it, you can run that event through Conduit and charge a ticket price. Conduit takes 20% cut on any of your ticket sales, and it's meant that we can have a great revenue stream and a really good way to earn money rather than simply through advertising.
And Mark, is the goal here ultimately to get picked up by someone like Facebook or Google+?
Our goal is to really do what's best for our users. If we do receive an offer from Facebook, Google, then at that time we'll sit down and consider it. We'll talk with our corporate advisors like KPMG and other advisors in our business and decide if it's the right time to make a sale. In the end though, it's all about giving our users the best product.
Okay Mark, thanks for joining us on Sky Business Today.
No worries, catch you later.
Well, let's go from social media to tablets, and Toshiba have released a new Windows tablet called the WT200. It's aimed at business users, so how does it stack up? I took a look at the WT200 earlier this week. Toshiba's new Windows 7 tablet promises so much, but